Hey guys, okay, this one is about the Gmail problem that I had, so I'll try to keep the video short and concise. So obviously when you go Gmail, I want to do a watch email one. So obviously if you use a personal account, they don't like it, so they always give you a problem. Although my accounts are there, it still doesn't connect to it. So say for example you start on a new one, you would obviously go add. This guide is absolutely, well, not absolutely useless, but it's about 40% used because it's just outdated. The sequence is wrong, so you still really need to follow your own thing, right? Then obviously when you go over here to give authority, you would choose your account, you would say yes, continue, and it should bomb me out now as well. Yeah, okay, that is the error that we get, right? So obviously at the end of the day, you want to use your client ID and client secret to be able to do that. So I'm going to try and take you step by step through this and to show you how this is done. Well, before you can do that, you need to go and set up your credentials for your Google account. I tried to find a way to show you guys that you can go through your profile pic on top right and to guide you through, but it doesn't seem like there is an easy way, or I couldn't find a way. So the only way is in your browser, you just type in myaccount.google.com.dashboard, and that will take you through, to this page. Okay, so that'll be your dashboard. I'm just going to skip ahead quickly for 1 second. So the reason why I did it and it's still giving me an error is because you go through the process, and this is where I'm going to continue with mine, and it still didn't work, but it's because it's not verified yet. So you need to go to your verification center. So basically when you get to this page, so there I've got a project that I started, but I'm going to start a new one and then see if we can just work it from there and go from there. So you'll obviously create a new project, and you can give this any name. Or I'll do it different like that. Was it oh, sorry, new project. I'll just leave it like that. Okay, organization, don't worry about that. Then you basically create, then it's going to come up with this. That'll be your normal screen in any case. Okay, then what you need to do is you need to go and start setting up your APIs, right? So you can go Gmail, and it should come up with API Gmail. Okay, I'm back again. Okay, what I did is, because it's not going to work for the fact that I already have an account and I have projects, right? So I just took one of the other emails, which is just a dummy email. So just to show you right from the start. So there's no projects. So most important thing is you need to go to console.cloud.google.com, and then you'll get to this page at the back. That'll show you now again. And then obviously the screen pops up and you say, obviously, you agree to all the crap. That's a no-brainer. You always have to agree. All right, so this is going to be your screen that you'll get right from the start. Don't worry about this try for free and the credits. They sort of try and lure you in, and you get, I think, 500 credits, etc., and pay for what you use only. Don't worry about it. We don't need that. So you're going to go select product. Then we go new project, and we can say my school make project. We leave it at that number. Organization, don't worry about it, because that's why we are getting the errors. It's private emails, right? It's not organization, it's not workspace. So we create that. Okay, that's where this comes up again. Just ignore that, don't worry about that. So project is created. Now you need to start by activating the APIs. So you're going to go Gmail API. That's what I wanted to show you. So enable, because obviously you haven't done it yet, it's a new account, so you're going to enable it. And I think it automatically takes you back to the other screen again. If it doesn't, we obviously just go back manually. So just have to wait for this for a second. Yep, there you go. Once that is there, you go Google Drive API, same thing, go enable. Okay, then it brings you to this page, right? Let me just quickly double check. Yep, there's nothing from that side. Right, then what you need to go, your first thing is you go to your OAuth screen, consent screen. And this is just basically where you put some details in. It's obviously brand new, so it will say to you, just go to get started, click on get started. App name, you can just go, that's obviously your make.com, makes no difference. Support email, I'm just going to go that one, you go next. You choose external, because external is that you can use external services on it. Go next. Contact information, I'll just go the same. What was that email? Right, next. Obviously it's always the same thing. You don't have a choice. Agree to the conditions, and then you create that. Okay, so basically then from there you can go to branding. It's going to be make.com, it's going to be the support. You can put a logo in if you want to. On my other screen I obviously have a logo in. Okay, so obviously if you are a business, you have started a business and you've got a website, then basically you're going to use that. So it's your website domain, your privacy policy and your terms of service. That's what you will add there. And then obviously for the authorized domains, it's Integromat, make, and your own domain. And then from there basically you just save. From there, we would go to, as soon as this is done, changes made, yeah, that's done. Okay, because I just, yeah. Then we go to data access. We will going to add our APIs, so that will be the Gmail API. On the Gmail API, you can choose all of them, however, I think it's when you go 15. Just go there again. And then email settings, there are two that create, yeah, these two, obviously you can go through that yourself and decide what you want to give access to and not, but those are the two that is sort of, yeah, advised to untick. You'll update that, you'll do that again, and then we'll go Google Drive. Yeah, so Google Drive, these ones you can just go, I think it's about 20 of them, and just select all. We'll save that. So once we have done that, you'll save all of it at the bottom. So that is, and that is the important thing. I think that was one of the first mistakes that I made as well. You get the Gmail API and then the Google Drive as well, because obviously you're going to use a drive for your Google Sheets. So just make sure that you do that, you know, both of them. Then we go to audiences. So you can publish the app. So in the beginning, I didn't do publish app because I misunderstood it. If you don't go publish app and you leave it on test, then you have to do it every 7 days. So in this case, I would just publish app because it's not going to make any major difference in any case. It's not like we're really going to push, you know, obviously when you've built something and it's going to be like a production app, then different story, you have to in any case. But I mean, at this stage, you can just go plain publish app, even if you're just playing around with it and busy learning it, right? So from after, yeah, go to verification center. I wonder if I just do that now. So what I believe is, if you do not verify it, they say every time that you try to connect your Gmail, it will just ask you, hey, do you trust this? You know, do you trust Make? And you can verify it on the spot. However, that hasn't worked for me. It just completely kicks me out every time, like you've seen on the very front page or when I started the video. So let's quickly see what happens. Verification is your app requires verification with Google. Your app has been configured for sensor. Please prepare. So I've got no idea. You need to set up at least one client before you can submit. Oh, okay, so let's just carry on with the other step, because I think that is why. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to create our auth client. Over here we'll go web application. This we can just change to make.com. It's not necessary for any specific any you know, capitals or the .com. It's just make.com. Then this is also one that in the past gave me a lot of headaches. I will copy and paste that over and I'll bring that over. That is your authorized redirect URIs. This gave me major headaches at one point in time, and nobody could really help me because, yeah, eventually there was somebody that did help me, and I just did not know about it. So pause the screen and maybe just write that down somewhere, save it, because you will indefinitely need that at some point in time. And without these two, you are basically screwed. You can't do anything. Okay, your apps won't work. So you have to, and you have to have the Integromat one as well and the Make one, because I had either or, it didn't work, and as soon as I used both, then it did work. Okay, then obviously create. Okay, however, so once that has been done, you can go back into where you created your first project, and if you click on that, then obviously as soon as you go to this part, this is not what I wanted to show you. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to show you. It's going to give you that. Sorry, my apologies. That is then where you paste your client ID and your secret ID, and that is where you would do that. Okay, I hope this was helpful for somebody. It sure did give me a bit of headaches, and obviously always, you know, when we find the solutions and we do it and we look at it, it's like only 5 minutes and it's all done and dusted. But for the guys maybe new watching this, when you're in that problem, then, you know, after 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of struggling, reading countless documents and it's not helping and trying this, then it really becomes a headache. Still just push through, don't stop, just ask questions. All right, cheers guys, thank you, bye.